The 2020 National Science and Maths Quiz has been launched, and the race to finding a champion of science and maths is on. 108 regional qualifiers have been pitched in threes to battle for 54 slots at the 1/8 stage of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Just on Monday, I had the Managing Director of Prime Time and the quiz mistress, Dr. Elsie Effa-Kaufman, in the studio to tell us about the balloting which happened yesterday and really the launch. Now, after the launch, what happens next? What are the little details that we all have to know? How do we support our schools? Stephen Yankee is NSMQ coordinator. He joins me live in the studio now. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mama.
Yeah, 2020 National Science and Maths Quiz. And at the launch, there were assurances because there was a lot of calls asking if this year's NSMQ was going to happen. And indeed, I guess after the launch, we know that definitely we're hitting the road. So explain the stage that we're going to after the launch.
Well, I think that the calls that people had, we received lots of calls. People wanted to know, because of COVID-19, is the competition happening this year? But with the launch, everything is clear that this year's edition is happening. The launch was fantastic yesterday. And we took a back seat a bit when COVID-19 happened. We had been able to produce all the regional qualifiers. So schools had been selected, and we're getting ready for the championship in June and July, and then COVID-19 happened. So what we did was to relook at our program and see how we could still produce this in a very safe manner, so that everyone, both students, contestants, their teachers, the crew, can be safe. And that is what we've been able to do with approval from the Ghana Education Service. That's why we were able to ballot yesterday for the regional for the preliminary stage, which will be happening at the regional or zonal level. Okay. So that's where we are at the moment.
Okay, so explain the balloting, what you're seeing on your screens. This is how it went down yesterday. Explain the format to us.
Yeah, so what happens is that ordinarily the schools will come to Accra. All 108 schools to participate in the prelims will come to Accra, where they would ballot for 36 contests and compete with the 36 winners and 18 highest scoring losing schools. Now we call them top runners up, progressing to the 1A stage. But because schools are not coming to Accra, we had concerns over maybe a possible spread of the virus. So in a bid to eliminate that, we are rather taking the competition to the regions or the zones this time. Now what we are doing is that schools that qualify from the various regions will be competing amongst themselves for slots at the 1A stage. So what you just saw was the balloting system. What we have been doing over the last couple of years is to group schools into pots based on their scores.
Okay.
So in every region, we grouped the schools into 3 pots based on the scores that they attained at the regional qualifiers. So top performance from every region or zone were in pot A, the next set of schools in pot B, and the third set in pot C. Okay. So in every contest, you are going to have a school from pot A, pot B, and pot C. Okay. But what happens
Competes against themselves.
Yes. And what will happen is that in some regions, it's possible to have only 2 schools in the final contest, only 1 school. What will happen in that case is that we'll have either 1 or 2 top runners up from the previous contest filling those slots. Okay. So take Greater Accra, for instance. We have 8 schools over there. The first 2 contests, we have 3 schools. That's the regular format. But in the final contest, we have 2 schools. That third slot will be filled by the top runner-up from the 2 contests. We'll rank the scores of the losing schools, and the topmost school will take up that final slot.
Okay. All right. How many schools will qualify for the next stage?
So there are 40 contests in all. 40 winners will qualify, and then we would rank scores of all those that would lose and select the top 14 among the runners-up to also progress. So 54 schools will progress to the 1A stage of the competition. When
will the competitions be held? And as I was told on Monday, there will not be an audience like we've seen with the previous competition. So what's the plan to get some, I don't know if I should put it, supporters or some kind of vibe going on so that the contest will be exciting? They will know that they have people supporting them.
Yeah, so what we have done is to allow the competing schools to come with their teachers. So competing schools will come with 2 teachers on the day of competition.
Okay.
And along with their 3 contestants, they would be in the auditorium. In fact, for the regional qualifiers that are competing at the prelims, all the schools that are competing every day will be the audience for that day, along with the crew. And that is, again, to limit the number of people that will be there and limit a potential for the spread of the virus. But to make up for the loss of a live audience, we are going to be streaming all the 40 contests live on our Facebook page. So our fans don't have to worry at all. Once you are online, you can watch all the contests live on our Facebook, YouTube page, our Twitter page, at NSMQ Ghana. All the contests will be there.
And of course, also on JoyNews.
Yeah.
So let's go through at the preliminary stage some of the schools that we will be seeing. Take us through.
Yes.
This is Greater Accra region.
Yes, so in the Greater Accra region, the very first contest features Ganata Senior High School, St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School, and St. Mary's Senior High School. Ganata Senior High School, they were eliminated by Adisadel College at the 1A stage last year. We have St. Thomas Aquinas, who also lost to Achimota School in 2019. And then St. Mary's, having been at the Nationals in a while. So they are launching a comeback after a break at the national level.
Okay.
The second contest would have Tema Methodist Senior High School up against Holy Trinity Cathedral and Our Lady of Mercy Senior High School. And then the final contest will have...
It's one of interest because there's West Africa.
Yes. You know, West Africa were finalists in 2018, but in 2019, they lost out at the 1A stage to Takrady Senior High School. So that's why they have to go back and start from the preliminary stage.
Okay, but why do we have just 2 schools there?
Yes, so that third slot will be filled by one highest runner-up from the first and second contest.
Okay.
So, you know, from the first contest, 1 school wins. The second contest, 1 school wins. Of the 4 schools that will not win, the one with the highest score would have another opportunity to compete in this contest.
All right, great. So this is how Greater Accra looks like.
Yes.
Okay, so in the end, we'll have 3 schools come out of Greater Accra region.
Progressing to the next stage.
Okay, the next is the Western Zone.
Yeah, so the Western Zone, we have Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School up against Ahantaman Girls Senior High School and Bibiani Senior High Technical School. We have Archbishop Porter Girls, they were eliminated by St. John's School at the 1A stage last year. Ahantaman Girls also lost to Edinaman at the prelims last year. For Bibiani, they haven't been at the nationals in about 4 or so years. So they are also launching a comeback. Then the second contest, we have Takwa Senior High School. They are up against St. Mary's Boys Senior High School. They lost out at the prelims last year. And Bia Senior High Technical School, qualifying for the very first time. And then we have the third contest in Science Senior High School and Bompe Senior High Technical School.
Okay. This situation is similar to what's in the Greater Accra region scenario.
Exactly.
Okay. So in the end, we also have 3 schools coming out from the Western Zone. Let's move to another fixture. I guess that will be interesting to watch. The Central region.
Yeah, so Central region is where lots of people have their eyes on. Because, you know, in the very first contest, we have in Fansman School, 2-time champions of the National Science and Math Quiz. They lost out last year to St. Augustine's College at the 1A stage. So
I was just going to ask, why is Infantifem not seeded?
Yeah, you know, last year they suffered a big defeat.
Say we.
They suffered a massive defeat at the 1A stage. They lost to St. Augustine's College. But, you know, they lost to the champions. And in fact, that wasn't the end. They went to lose again to St. Augustine's College at the regional championships that were held. So they will be up against Apam Senior High School and Eguafu Abrim Senior High School. This promises to be a cracker because, you know, Apam Senior High School is also a really big school when it comes to NSMQ in the Central region. And it promises to be very exciting. The second contest there, we have Swedro Senior High School. They also lost to St. Augustine's at the 1A stage last year. They will be facing Agri Memorial Senior High School. They didn't qualify in 2019. And also Holy Child School in that contest, they lost their seed last year to Kumasi Academy. So that will be the fixtures for the second contest.
Okay. In
the third contest, we have Ghana National College. They lost to St. John's Grammar last year, up against Asin State Senior High School and TIMR Sporting. Now, the interesting thing here is that Asin State Senior High School, they were represented by 2 Form 2 students in 2019. Now, 2019, they eliminated Agri Memorial at the regionals. That's how come Agri Memorial did not make it to the national championship last year. So this year also, now the contestants are in Form 3. This year, they were able to eliminate Infantiman girls.
Wow.
So, in fact, it's going to be a really exciting contest.
So these 2 students will see the same students again because now they're in Form 3?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So it promises to be a very exciting contest. Ghana National, Asin State, and TIMR Sporting.
Okay. Why do we have Winneba there?
Yeah, so in this contest, the last contest in the Central Region, we'll have Winneba Senior High School, and we have 2 vacant slots. So we are going to have 2 top performing losing schools, or 2 top runners up filling those slots. So that contest can also be complete. Okay.
There's a school to watch, which is Apam Senior High, I guess in this context this year, because of how well they did last year. And Infantipim, will this be and this is the first time Infantipim is in a stage like this, competing at this level. So we'll get to see the schools that will come out successful. I see Holy Child as well, but that's a tough one.
Yes, very tough. It promises to be very exciting, and I think that it's one contest that our fans can watch live on our platforms and also on JoyNews.
So this is 11 September. What time does this begin?
So the contest will start at 9 a.m., 11 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 3 p.m.
Okay.
Where we have 4 contests.
All right.
But where it's only 3 contests per day, we have 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and 1:30 p.m.
Let's go to the Western Zone. I see. No, we've been here.
Yes, we've been here.
We've been to the Western Zone already. And then we went to the Central Region. So let's go to the Volta and OT regions. My school did extremely well last year.
Which school is that again?
Zion College, of course.
Great Zico.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. So in the first contest in the Volta OT zone, we have Sunrise Senior High School. They were eliminated at the prelims last year by Pope John Senior High School. They will face Bakpo Senior High School and Adidome Senior High School in the first contest. The second contest will have Mauli School. They lost their seat to GSTS in the 1A stage last year, up against Chito Senior High Technical School and Jojepenyi Senior High School. Then the third contest, we have Ola Senior High School Ho against Kejebi Asato Senior High School and Oti Senior High Technical School. The fourth contest, we have Bishop Herman College against Anlo Senior High School and Bueman Senior High School. The fifth contest, we have St. Mary's Senior High School, Lolobi. They lost out at the prelims, the very first contest last year. They lost to Chemu Senior High School. They will be up against Zion College. Zion College. But you know, Zion, did you say they did extremely well last year? Because you know,
what can I say? I mean, I still have to be proud of my school, right?
Yes. In fact, well, they did well in qualifying to the prelims.
Yeah.
Only that they lost out to GSTS at the prelims.
Yeah, that's not good enough, actually.
But this year, hopefully, because it's at the regional level or the zonal level, hopefully they can be St. Mary's Lolobi and Akachi Senior High Technical School. We'll see how that goes. I didn't see Bishop Herman. Bishop Herman is in the fourth contest in the Volta OT zone. Bishop Herman versus Anglo Senior High School and Bueman Senior High School. Okay, great. So that's the picture for the Volta OT region as well. These are interesting fixtures if you like, interesting competitions that we're looking forward to in this year's National Science and Maths Quiz. Is there another interesting? Okay, Northern, I guess. Let's go to the Northern. So in the Northern Zone, the Northern Zone is made up of Upper West region, Upper East region, Northern, Northeast, and the Savannah regions. Now, the very first contest there, we have Zabzugu Senior High School. They were the second best runner-up in the regionals, of the schools that lost out at the regionals. They had the second highest score. So they got the opportunity to come into the competition again. Now, Zabzugu Senior High School will be facing Ambaria Senior High School and Gori Senior High Technical School. And the second contest, we have Tamale Girls Senior High School. They last qualified in 2018. They face St. Francis Xavier Junior Seminary. That's a school to watch, definitely. Yeah. But Tamale Girls, a school to watch in this contest. Great. Yeah, a school to watch in this contest. Okay. And they will be facing Zamsi Senior High Technical School as well. The third contest, we have Wale Senior High Technical School. They lost to St. Augustine's last year at the prelims. They face St. Charles Minor Seminary. They also last qualified in 2018. and Damango Senior High School. They also last qualified in 2016. So that promises to be an exciting contest. But I think the best contest we should look out for from the Northern Zone should be the contest for Sandema Senior High Technical School.
Oh, I remember Sandema.
Yes, Bolgatanga Senior High School and Navrongo Senior High School.
These are three great schools.
Yes, from the upper
They would
East
give
region.
us a good competition. I don't know why they're competing among themselves, though.
It's the ballot. So this is an Upper East Derby.
This is not fair, is it?
But you know, apart from the 40 winners, we also have room for 14 top runners up.
Okay.
So it's possible that in some contests, if the scores are high enough, all three schools could even qualify to the next stage.
Well, I see that
possible.
even with the third competition, there's still a slot for a school that performs really well and gets a good score.
Yes. So the fifth contest there, Notre Dame Seminary, Boateng Senior High, and Wa Technical Institute qualifying for the first time. Now, in the sixth contest, we have Northern School of Business. They had the highest qualifying score in the Northern Zone.
Okay.
So we have two slots over there. We have two slots over there, actually, two slots there for two top performing schools to also progress to the next stage.
Well, who knows? Your favorite from the Northern Zone would just make it, even if they don't necessarily win their contest.
So the point is that even if you are losing, lose honorably, lose with high scores, and that could be your trump card to the next stage of the competition.
Fantastic. Okay, so is there any other zone that we haven't visited?
Yes, Eastern region, and then the Ashanti region.
Okay.
So in the Eastern region, the very first contest there, it features Asamankese Senior High School, Ebri Presby Senior High School. They last qualified in 2017. This year, they beat Krobo Girls at the regionals. They also have Edu Krom Presby in the contest. The second contest will feature Oforipening Senior High School, Presby SHS Abetifi, and Ebuakwa State College. Interesting contest there. The third contest there, we have St. Martin Senior High School. They last qualified in 2018, up against Adontin Senior High School and Nkwetia Presby Senior High School. And an interesting one, Koforidua Sectec, against Benkum Senior High School and WBM Zion.
Okay.
It promises to be exciting too. We have Osino Presby SHS, Akuman Senior High School, and Oyoko Methodist in the fifth contest. And then St. Rose's, they haven't qualified since 2016.
I haven't seen them feature in a very long while.
Since 2016. So they are in this contest, and they will be joined by two top runners up.
Okay.
In this contest.
Where's Pope John? Seeded?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And St. Peter's?
Seeded as well. Yeah, finalist last year. It is written.
Yeah.
But
he's coming back
yes.
because he was informed too then. Okay.
I'm sure now he would give us a lot more quotations from the Bible.
Okay, we've got one final school to go. So this contest will be on the 15th of September. That's mid-month.
Yes.
A final school to visit. So, a final region, actually.
So we have the Bono Ahafu zone and the Ashanti. Okay. So let's quickly do the Bono Ahafu zone. In the first contest there, we have Brekum Senior High School, Preseg Bechem, and Ekumfia Meyao Senior High School. The second contest there, we have Our Lady of Mount Carmel girls. They scored 73 points at the regional qualifiers, the third highest score nationwide.
That's an honorable loss.
And they won with 73 points.
Oh, okay.
And they were also informed too, that the ladies were informed too last year. All three of them were informed too. So now they are coming back as Form 3 girls.
Fantastic.
And I think that we should look out for them. We haven't had a school from the Bono Ahafu zone making it to the quarterfinals in a long while.
I'll be rooting for them.
Yeah, so probably they could do the magic this time. They face Achirensua Senior High. They haven't qualified since 2015, and MIM Senior High School. The third contest there, we have Notre Dame Girls Senior High School against Sacred Heart and Odumasiman first timers. In the fourth contest, Kintampo Senior High School, Techiman Senior High School, and Drobo Senior High School. And the final contest, Sunyan Senior High School, they had the highest score nationwide. They had same points as Anglican Senior High School, 75 points. Okay. So they will be joined by two top runners-up in the region. Okay. And then the Ashanti
Almighty region. Ashanti.
Yes, all eyes on Ashanti. The first contest over there, we have Kumasi Senior High Technical School. They beat Yasantua Girls, actually, this time at the regionals. They face Agogo State College. Agogo State was disqualified last year. So they are up against Kumasi Senior High Technical and Islamic Senior High School. In the second contest, we will have Osai Tutu Senior High School, Efiduasi Senior High Commercial School, and Jachi Pramso Senior High School. The third contest, KNUS Kumasi High School, and St. Mary's Girls Senior High School. That's a first timer also there. Okay. And the fourth contest is very exciting, very interesting fixture. St. Hubert Seminary, Asantiman Senior High School, and Ifua Kubiampim Girls. Now, St. Hubert last qualified in 2018. This time at the regional qualifiers, they faced Asanteman again. And they beat Asanteman 52 points to 47. But because we had some vacant slots, that is how come Zabzugu came and Asanteman also came in.
Okay.
So this promises to be a revenge or a repeat of what happened in Kumasi during the regional qualifiers. The third contest, we have Adventist Senior High School Bantama against Ejusuman Senior High School and SDA Bekwai. The third contest would have Armed Forces Senior High Technical School, St. Monica Senior High School, and Sim Senior High School. And then the final contest, Kumasi Anglican Senior High School. They were in Form 2 last year as well. And
they also got the highest score in coming to this.
Yes.
So we will see their students also appear.
Exactly.
Because now they are in Form 3.
Yes. And last year at the 1A stage, they lost to Opokuwari School by a single point. Just 1 point.
That one is always painful.
Yes, very painful. Now this year they are coming back 75 points from the regionals. They face Insutaman Catholic and Edu Jenfi Senior High School.
Okay. All right. So that's how it looks for some of the competitions. Well, the 15th and the 18th, it will take a while. But we've got early competitions and we'll bring you coverage of all that on JoyNews. Also follow on all the social media handles. Sure. Stephen, anything else you want to say just before we wrap up? Now that we're familiar with the schools that will be competing, the 27 schools, I guess in due course, will get our viewers to familiarize themselves with those who are seeded.
Yes,
those who will not be competing in this round.
So I think that everything is set for the competition. We are going live from the 8th of September to the 18th.
That's just on Tuesday.
Yes, that's just on Tuesday. And we're excited because we've missed the NSMQ. Usually it's in June and July. But because of COVID-19, now it's in September. But it's better late than never.
Yeah, absolutely.
This time also, we have really exciting prizes. The Money Zone is back this time, sponsored by our partner, Absa Bank Ghana. So from the quarterfinals, a point to be worth 10 Ghana cedis. At the semi-finals, it's 15 Ghana cedis, and at the grand finale, it's 25 Ghana cedis. We also have, again, the Prudential Life NSMQ Star, 10 out of 10 in the problem of the day. There are points, there are prizes to be won, cash prizes to the contestants and their teachers from prelims all the way to the finals. We also have the Goyle Riddle Bonanza. You score 3 or 4 riddles correctly, and there are fantastic prizes to be won from Goyle as well.
All right. There's plenty more to learn about the NSMQ, and we will definitely be updating you. I want to also remind you that our coverage here on JoyNews is brought to us by DBS Industries Limited and Bright Senior High School. So our world is a complex one, and in it, only the smart and intelligent win at Bright Senior High School, Kokrontumi. We know this. It's the reason we have deployed state-of-the-art facilities and highly qualified teachers to train and groom the next generation of candidates for our universities and the future. Students are engaged within well-equipped classrooms, computer and science laboratories. That's not all. We have got the facilities to ensure quality recreation at Bright Senior High School. Every student is a priority. So we pay attention to every one of them to address their individual academic needs. Admissions have begun for first and senior year students. We also offer O and A levels, SAT and TOEFL. Forms are available at GCB Bank and Zenith Bank branches across the country. For inquiries, kindly call 0277 147 727 or 0242 071 185. Email admissions@brightshs.com or visit the website brightshs.com. Bright Senior High School, building dreams, shaping the future. And of course, DBS, after several years of intensive research, DBS Industries Limited brings you ColorLink Plus roofing sheets to help complete your dream house in style. Experience the amazing touch of ColorLink Plus roofing sheets in 25 years, which means ColorLink Plus roofing sheets always stay clean and beautiful for you. And there's more. We're giving you a whopping 20 years warranty against fading and peeling. On top, DBS Industries will also give you a warranty certificate as a seal of our 20-year warranty agreement. So go and get ColorLink Plus roofing sheets to complete your dream home today. Remember, always look out for the ColorLink imprint on our roofing sheets for validation. Visit DBS Industries Limited in Accra on the Spintex Road in the DBS building near Papaya Restaurant, or call the hotline 0543 286 6371. Visit the other factories in Kumasi, Tamale. DBS Industries Limited, we truly are your roof experts. We'll tell you more about our sponsors in the course of our coverage of the NSMQ. We've got Show business news coming up just before we wrap up. This is Stephen. We'll continue our conversation on the NMSQ. Definitely.
Thank you to our sponsors.
In 30 seconds.
Sure. So we want to say a big thank you to the Ghana Education Service, main sponsor of the Ghana, the National Science and Math Quiz. They've been our backbone, and we really appreciate that. Our partner this year, Absa Bank, we are also grateful for all their support, and also to JoyNews, to Prudential Life Insurance, Goyle, Airtel, Tigo, Dano Milk, Accra College of Medicine, Academic City College, Central University, GTP, Adanse Travels, Medifem, Third Eye Care, and Vision Center. We are grateful for all the support. All
right, we'll get you to familiarize yourselves with our supporters. Stay with us. We've got one more thing before we wrap up.